You have 6 billion idol worshippers who makes God angry every second of their life. Indian, Chinese, Japanese, Tibet, Nepal, Thailand. So many. India alone is 500 million. China is 2 billion. So many. 2 billion Christians, which are idol worshippers. Between Chinese, Hindus, Buddhists, and Christian, at least 6.5 billion people are idol worshippers that, according to the Torah, do not have the right to live. Idol worshipper goy, it's death penalty. Not only Jews, even a goy who bow down to an idol, who believe in JC, deserve death penalty.
Shalom. This will be hard to translate correctly, but we'll do our very best. The main thing to know is that you have more than 2 million Orthodox Jews who ask God to kill you some 936 times each year per Orthodox Jew living. Meaning, if you know an Orthodox Jew and you're not specifically Orthodox yourself, and meaning you don't put the Holy Talmud over the Tanakh or over the Older Testament, then your acquaintance asks God to kill you 3 times each weekday. All practicing Orthodox Jews are obligated to do this by the Holy Talmud, which they pretend is the same as the Torah that Elohim gave to all 12 tribes of Israel through Moshe. And we're talking about everyday Orthodox Jews, perhaps like Ben Shapiro. And the Talmud says so many people should die to make room for them. That's why they're telling you these things now. Indian, Chinese, Japanese, Tibetan, Nepalese, Thai, everybody but the Muslims, because they plan to take all the Muslims as slaves and sex slaves. It's all in the Talmud, which is their holiest book. In Israel alone, you have 1.3 million Orthodox Jews and growing who pray that God will kill you as is commanded by the Talmud at Tractate Berachot 28b through 29a. And in the USA alone, you have more than 900,000 and growing Orthodox Jews who pray and ask God to kill you and obliterate your memory in the Birkat HaMinim weekday prayers. Their holy Talmud says so many people need to die or be taken as slaves and sex slaves, and as young as 3 years old in one day for girls, according to the Talmud, or 9 years old in one day for boys. Especially all Christians, but also all Buddhists, all Hindus. The Orthodox sect curses you all to death 3 times each weekday so that you will die and be obliterated until we have a full Holocaust or enslavement of all the Goyim worldwide. According to the Orthodox Jewish Holy Talmud, between Chinese, Indian, Hindus, Buddhists, and Christians, at least 6.5 billion people are idol worshippers that the Talmud says do not have the right to live. So that's why the Talmud says that 6.5 billion people who are not specifically Orthodox Jews or future Muslim slaves, the Talmud specifies the death penalty, but not only for Christians, even if a Karaite Jew, even a conservative Jew or a Reform who believes in the Older Testament or the Tanakh, which was given by God. Oh, no. Halila, no, can't have this. The Holy Talmud says people like that, they need to die. Because why? Because he put God's word over the words of the rabbis. That's why the rabbis say he deserves death penalties for dishonoring the Holy Talmud by believing the words of God over the words of the rabbis. According to the rabbis, if you obey God rather than them, you deserve death penalty. Shalom.
You have 6 billion idol worshippers who makes God angry every second of their life. Indian, Chinese, Japanese, Tibet, Nepal, Thailand, so many. India alone is 500 millions. China is 2 billion. So many, 2 billion Christians, which are idol worshippers. Between Chinese, Hindus, Buddhists, and Christian, at least 6.5 billion people are idol worshippers that, according to the Torah, do not have the right to live. Idol worshipper goy, it's death penalty. Not only Jews, even a goy who bow down to an idol, who believe in JC, deserve death penalty.